Hello, good day and welcome to Close Attention Online Tutoring. This is Matambere Temburuwo and I'm gonna be taking you through an introduction of an essay. So let us quickly begin. An introduction in an essay is the first paragraph or section of the essay that provides an overview of the topic you will be discussing, and it sets the tone for the rest of the essay. So there are components of an introduction. The introduction is a critical part of an essay, and it serves two main purposes. Serves to grab the reader's attention and to provide a roadmap for the rest of the essay. So the introduction typically includes a hook or attention grabbing statement. Number two, it includes the basic background information and a thesis statement. Now let us go and look what the hook is Okay, the hook, it is the opening sentence or a statement that grabs the reader's attention and entices them to keep reading. Okay, a hook can be a question, a statistic, a quote, or a surprising fact. Now, the goal of a hook is to make the reader interested in your topic and to encourage them to continue reading. Now, after the hook, we go into the background information. So the background information, it helps to set the context for your essay. It also allows the reader to understand the topic better and to appreciate why the topic is important. The background information can include historical information, social context, or any other relevant information that helps to contextualize the topic. Lastly, we're gonna be looking at a thesis statement. So the thesis statement introduces the main argument or purpose of the essay. It introduces the main argument or purpose of the essay. So it also provides the direction for the rest of the essay. It should be clear and concise. It usually appears at the end of the introduction. So when I say it usually appears at the end of the introduction, doesn't mean that it is supposed to appear at the end of the introduction. The thesis statement can appear anywhere in the introduction, but to make things a bit easier for yourself, you should make sure that you put it towards the end of the introduction. It should appear at the end of the introduction. Okay, but it can appear anywhere, in the middle, wherever you want to put it. Okay, now we're gonna be giving example by writing our thesis towards the end of the introduction. Okay, now this is a quick reminder. As to why the introduction is important in an essay. Why the introduction is important. All right. So remember, the function of the introduction is to engage the reader and give them an idea of what to expect from the essay. To give them an idea of what to expect from the essay, from your essay. Okay, your introduction should be strong. Your introduction should be strong and set a clear direction of your essay. It should be strong and set a clear direction. Your essay must have a your introduction must set a clear direction, okay? Because the introduction helps you to continue writing the rest of the essay, the body of your essay. So if your essay is strong and set a clear direction, then you're gonna find it easy to continue writing the essay. All right, now let us quickly go to the next slide to look at the example that we're gonna be giving. So in our next slide, we are going to choose a title for the essay and then look at how the introduction will look like, meaning that we're going to be giving a hook from the introduction of the title that we will decide on the next slide. We'll look at the hook and the background information, as well as the last part, which is a thesis statement. Now we have chosen the topic of global warming and climate change, the impacts of the impacts of global warming on climate change, right? The impacts of global warming on climate change. Now let us quickly read the introduction that we have came up with here. As we bask in the sun on a beautiful summer day, it is easy to overlook the harsh reality that the Earth's temperature is rising. The impacts of global warming have resulted in climate changes that have triggered erratic weather patterns and environmental degradation. Climate change is not a new phenomenon, but it has become a major international concern due to the rapid changes in temperature that we have been experiencing over the last few decades. Global warming is primarily caused by human activities that emit greenhouse gases, including the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. These greenhouse gases trap heat will cause the Earth's temperature to rise, also known as global warming. The impacts of global warming on climate change are extensive and far-reaching. From rising sea levels, increase the frequency of extreme weather events, loss of biodiversity, and food insecurity. This essay examines the effects of global warming on climate change and underlines the importance of immediate sustained action to mitigate its long-term effects. Now we have read the whole introduction from the top here up to the last highlighted part. Now if you can see here, we've got three components that we've mentioned on our previous slide, which is the one which is highlighted in yellow, and the part which is not highlighted here, and the last part which is highlighted in a gray color. Okay, now on the next slide we're going to look at what this part is, and also this part is, and what the last part is. Okay, to just give it a clue, we can say this part is our hook, and then this is our background information, and the last part is our thesis statement. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Now we have come to the first part, which is called a hook. Okay, as we bask in the sun on a beautiful summer day, it is easy to overlook the harsh reality that the Earth's temperature is rising. The impacts of global warming have resulted in climate changes that have triggered erratic weather patterns and environmental degradation. So why are we saying this is a hook? This is because it begins by painting a beautiful picture. It begins by painting a picture of a beautiful summer day. It begins by painting a picture of a beautiful summer day here. A beautiful summer day as we bask in the sun on a beautiful summer day. Okay, it is painting a picture of a beautiful summer day. So, but it quickly changes and brings attention to the harsh reality of rising temperatures and its impacts on in the environment, right, and weather patterns. Here, it quickly changes and brings the attention to the harsh reality of rising temperatures, also the impacts of global warming on the environment, including the weather patterns here. So that is why this is a hook. Remember we have said that a hook can be a question, a statistic, a quote, or a surprising fact. Okay, now this is a hook because firstly it grabs the attention of the reader as it starts by painting a picture of a beautiful summer day, but quickly brings the attention to the harsh reality of this global warming, right, because of the rising temperatures. Now this also is a hook because it includes a fact, a surprising fact. What's the fact here? The fact is that the impacts of global warming have resulted in the climate changes that have triggered erratic weather patterns and environmental degradation. This is a fact because obviously this is true. The global warming have resulted in climate changes that have triggered erratic weather patterns and environmental degradation. Okay. Now we're going to the next slide to quickly look at the background information. Now let us look at the background information here of the topic, still the impacts of global warming on climate change. Now this is the background information. Let us quickly read. Climate change is not a new phenomenon, but it has become a major international concern due to the rapid changes in temperature that we have been experiencing over the last few decades. Global warming is primarily caused by human activities that emit greenhouse gases, including the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. These greenhouse gases trap heat will cause the Earth's temperature rise, also known as global warming. The impacts of global warming on climate change are extensive and far-reaching, from rising sea levels, increase the frequency of extreme weather events, loss of biodiversity, and food insecurity. So this is the background information because it is allowing the reader to understand the topic better, you see, and to appreciate why it is important. Why should the reader appreciate the topic? Because it is talking about the climate change and the causes of the climate change, which is global warming. Also, why the global warming is happening, the causes of the global warming as well. This background information is also, as you can see here, global warming is primarily caused by human activities. Okay, this is the causes of global warming, also the impacts of global warming on climate change. So it is explaining what global warming is as well as the causes, and also what the climate change is as well as the causes. Now we are going to look on the next slide, which is the last part of thesis statement. Now we're gonna be looking at the thesis statement. Let us read the thesis statement first. This essay examines the effects of global warming on climate change and underlines the importance of immediate and sustained action to mitigate its long-term effects. So now, what is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is a sentence that summarizes the main point. Ne? The thesis statement is a sentence that summarizes the main point of the essay. So it sets out the argument that you'll be making. So it summarizes the main point of the essay. This essay examines the effects of global warming on climate change. It means that on your essay you're going to be examining the effects of global warming on climate change. Okay, and also underlines the importance, and then also you will also be underlining the why there should be the immediate and sustained action to make these long-term effects less severe, or to mitigate the long-term effects. Okay, this is your argument, this is the point, this what summarizes your essay. You're gonna be examining the effects of global warming on climate change, and also why it is important to mitigate these long-term effects, to mitigate the long-term effects. Okay, if you can see properly here, all the main points of the essay that are going to be covered are included here. The effects of global warming on climate change, the importance of immediate sustained action to mitigate its long-term effects. Okay, these are the main points. These are the main points that will be covered on the essay. Okay guys, this was the last part of our lesson. We were only looking at the introduction part. We looked first at the at a hook, then we looked at the background information. This was the last part of a thesis statement, which is summarizing the main points of the essay. The main points of the essay. So all the main points were highlighted here. All the main points were highlighted here. We have the effects. We have the effects. We have the effects of global warming on climate change. Also the importance of immediate and sustained action to mitigate the long-term effects. Right? So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, which is Close Attention. This is Matambele Tembuluo. Thank you for watching. See you on our next video. Remember, you can also contact us. On our WhatsApp. This is our WhatsApp number right here. It's 073-429-3990. Don't forget that we also assist with assignments. We assist with exam preparations. Also follow us on our Facebook page, which is Close Attention. Thank you guys. Please, again, pleading with you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can be able to provide you with more and more important content. Thank you guys.